the next agriculture minister and member of parliament for Eastern Westmoreland, General Secretary, Comrade Dr. Dayton Campbell.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me.
And for our comrades in the audience, greetings. We are in the middle of a campaign that the Prime Minister says is a battle for the minds of the people of Jamaica. And in this battle for the minds of the people of Jamaica, we have a Prime Minister that is seeking to deceive the people of Jamaica. And I have assigned myself to correct every false piece of information that he puts into the public space. I heard him recently, and the Prime Minister says that some people are drunk on power. I want to know who is drunk on power. Because there is a Prime Minister that has said to this country, he does not need any opposition. That sounds to me like somebody who is drunk on power. There is a Prime Minister who in 2020, in the middle of COVID, called an election 6 months early because he had an advantage. Now we are down to the wire, and he has his Minister of Constitution and Legal Affairs talking about December. Call the election now if you are not drunk on power. And I warn the Prime Minister from down a Black River. 5 years expire on September 3, and we now go 1 day past September 3 because we're ready for vote right now. And if you are not drunk on power, sir, you will call the election. Why are you running? Why are you hiding? You can run, Mr. Prime Minister, but anywhere you run go, you are going to get a beating. You must get a beating. You have to get a beating.
I can't stand this no longer. The wicked get stronger. I can't stand this no longer, cause the battle is getting hotter. But them have to get a beating.
Oh, me is a youth who grew up in a church, you know. I know for respect and show reverence to God Almighty. I don't claim to be perfect. I make mistakes at times, but me is a youth who know to pay reverence to a true and living God. I hear them keep gospel concert. And the biggest fall what them get is when them tap the mic and play a lewd busy signal song. And I want to say to them tonight, let me take you into some real scriptures. Do not deceive Labour Party, for God is not mocked whatsoever amongst it. That also shall he reap. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, that is saying he's not in a race to the bottom, has his MPs and his mayors and his supporters tearing down billboard left, right and center, and he has not called on them to stop tearing down the poster boards. When he went to Montego Bay, the Prime Minister went on stage with the mayor of Montego Bay and was up there giving tacit approval. Hear him, Mr. Mayor I see you taking down billboards. We had to go to court for the court to tell them to leave the posters alone. And he now says that he's not in a race to the bottom. And he wants to have a clean campaign. The Prime Minister that changed the law to literally neuter the office of the political ombudsman. So we are now in a contest without a referee to safeguard and protect the democratic process. Is saying he's not in a race to the bottom. I realize that it seems as if some are afraid to call him out on his hypocrisy. The same man, this same individual, is the one who has members in his party saying they will not surrender Jamaica to the People's National Party. I want to tell Brother Desmond something. Nobody surrenders from a position of advantage. When you surrender is when you're under beating. So the mere fact that you considering surrendering says that you know that when the election call, you're going to get a beating. This Prime Minister says that he is the standard bearer for Jamaica. That he is setting the standards in Jamaica. The Prime Minister, his political career was born in sin and shaped in iniquity. This man that says that he is setting the standards in Jamaica is the same man that the Gleaner wrote an headline. Prime Minister Holness has not explained movement of millions of dollars among connected companies. That is the man that said he must set standards in a Jamaica. They wrote another headline. Holness income and assets for 2021 not yet certified, says the Integrity Commission. They wrote another headline. Holness fixed use of charity funds to buy personal assets after Integrity Commission raised questions. This is the man that now say he must set standards. It never done there, so. Company linked to PM Holness files zero tax return, yet loan of $20 million given. It never done there, so. Him decide to carry Integrity Commission, go court, go force them to sign him declaration. Headline, court refuses to compel Integrity Commission to approve PM financials. The issues that the Labour Party said them have with Mark Golding are issues about the color of his skin, even though our motto says out of many, we are one. The issues that they have with Mark Golding is that they make up a lie, saying they're born here, and them know saying born right here, so in a Jamaica, up a UC hospital. Both choice.
My father Banya, my father Banya, my grandmother Banya, my grandmother Banya.
The issues that we are having with Holness are much more fundamental issues to the future of our country. And so, comrades, I want to introduce to you our leader, our next Prime Minister. And I'm going to take a minute and just describe the man to you. Few years ago in Jamaica, they were arresting people for the possession of small quantities of marijuana, ganja, herb. Even if it's one spliff, a spliff tail. There was a parliamentarian that stood up and said, no more, this can't go on. And that came after the police arrested Mario Dean and they beat him in the jail cell and killed him. Mark Jefferson Golden, as Minister of Justice, piloted legislation in the Parliament to decriminalize the personal use of marijuana. Hold on. All of these young men that police used to draw, haul and pull, and them used to get criminal record, understand that what used to go on can't go on no more because Mark Jefferson Golden decriminalized that. I am talking to you about a social justice champion. When we talk about electing a leader, we want somebody that can go to the parliament, can read the legislation that come to the parliament and ensure that the legislation that is approved is something that will not be oppressive to the people of this country, won't take away your rights. Mark Golden, when he was Minister of Justice, with Portia Simpson Miller as Prime Minister, he passed over 120 pieces of legislation in 4.5 years. Ask any one of them. Ask any one of them. And they will tell you when the camera turn off that the best legislator in the parliament is Mark Jefferson Golden. Just recently, they brought a bill there to tax the poor people who set up a local Airbnb to make our money out of the tourism industry. It was Mark Golden that stood up and defended the rights of the working poor of this country and had to remove the bill. I'm talking to you about a legislator extraordinaire. Few years ago, bombs were dropping in Ukraine. War started between Ukraine and Russia. We had some students in Ukraine. They reached out and they asked for help to come back home to their families. The government, with Mr. Uncertified, decided that they were going to offer loans to the students. It took a caring, compassionate human being like Mark Golden to go in his personal account, take out the money and send it to the students to bring them back home safely to their families. I am talking to you about a caring leader. Few years ago, the Prime Minister went to Parliament and said that people, gangs, criminals were selling lands over in Portmore and building houses and that he can't go on and he must go over there, go demolish it. The Prime Minister sent people go over there, go take bulldozer and lick down the poor people's house. After that, people up in Lloydersville that got land from Michael Manley time, they decided that they were going to throw them off the land. It took Mark Golding to get a lawyer to get injunction against this government so they can't throw poor people off the land. I am talking to you about a man for the people. 36 years ago, Mark Golding, having gone into the inner city, Augustown, found himself a Nubian goddess, a black empress, and he made that woman into his wife. Never since has his name been called on anything other than Sandra Golding. I am talking to you about a committed family man in Mark Golding. And so when I hear them out there talking about this and talking about that, Mark Golding don't even drink, so make them steer the run off their mouth, because there are some that are attracted for the love of power. Mark Golding is attracted by the power of love. Make welcome Black River, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the President of the People's National Party, Mark Jesus Golding.
Comrade chairpersons at the meeting, what a delightful pair. We have two councillors, TJ and Comrade Harty. All of the comrades on the platform, General Secretary, big up yourself. Yeah, man. Enough love and thing every time. Comrades, workers, warriors, foot soldiers, supporters. When me come in a Black River tonight, me say turn Orange River, PNP, come down bank to bank in a Black River. Oh, what a energy. Oh, what a joy. Oh, what a beauty I see before my eyes. I am so proud of where our party is reached as we march on to progress. Comrade, time come and time will come, because the PNP is now an unstoppable force in this land of Jamaica. People want change. People want progress. They want to see better in their lives. And it is the People's National Party that is going to deliver that change. Comrades and friends, we have before us tonight the four candidates for the four constituencies here in St. Elizabeth. We have assembled a wonderful team to represent the people of St. Elizabeth in Garden House in Parliament. Starting in the north, in the northeast, we have a wonderful attorney at law, a brilliant woman, a woman who can talk for you, a woman who has plans for you. I say, hail up Zulika Jess. When I move over to Northwest, we have a principal of a school, a horticultural lady of the soil, Patricia Scarlett. She's already acting like the MP, and the people up there want to see change. When I look down in the south to southeast, we have brought in a man of experience, one of the top mayors in the country, a man who knows how to run things properly, a man who can get things done. Them say, Scotty, make you happy. I know he will make you happy. Norman Scott. And of course, Black River. Down south here in Southwest, We have a true champion, a warrior for the people. She not sell you out. She not fleece your pocket. She's not gonna rip you off. She's gonna serve you well. She's gonna represent you well. She's gonna stand up for your rights and stand up for your best interests. Miranda Wellington. Comrades, it is now in your hands to make the change that you want to see. I have every confidence that you will do so. That's in election day, on election day, you will make sure you act in your best interest, in the best interest of your family, in the best interest of your community and of your parish and of Jamaica, and bring home these 4 wonderful comrades to represent you, to walk up Duke Street with me and sit down in the parliament beside me, where we will be forming the next government of Jamaica. And comrades, we're not seeking power for power's sake. Power will never drunk me, come in a rundown power. Power is a tool to uplift the people of this country, and it must be in the hands of somebody who can be trusted to use it responsibly, not to abuse your rights, not to rip off the people. That is why, comrades, we have had to be standing up for the people in so many ways. We've had to stand up to prevent the abuse of states of emergency when they were using it like confetti and detaining thousands of youths and putting their life through hell and making them lose their work and criminalizing them in many instances. And we said, no, that is not the purpose of the state of emergency. It is in the Constitution to protect the state from being subverted in a crisis. It is not a new form of curfew or a new policing tool. And we took them to court, and we stood up in Parliament and stopped it from being extended. And the court agreed with us. And the court ruled that it was unconstitutional and that every single one of the over 25 states of emergency declared because of Andrew Holness were null and void, illegal and unconstitutional. And comrades, as the General Secretary has said, as Minister of Justice, I saw the ganja issue as a human rights issue and as an economic rights issue. A human rights issue, because from I was a youth, I know and I have seen so many youths hauled and pulled by police because them have a little jar of weed, or a little spliff in them hand, or in them jar corner, or a Rasta man of him chalice, or him chillum pipe, and he must say yes to Jah and praise ye Jah. And the police will lock him up for that. And I said no. And when them killed Mario Dean in jail over a spliff tail, I said it has to stop. And we brought legislation and we decriminalized the personal use of ganja. And the policeman can't do that to you again. And the economic rights was the other part of it, because we say ganja should be uplifting the people, the small farmers who build the industry and help to build the brand of Jamaica around ganja, which is an internationally respected brand. And so we created a regime for medicinal and therapeutic ganja with the man, the little small man, the little small farmer, very much in the center of our consciousness. And then we lose the 2016 election and the Labour Right took it over. And they don't believe in it and they don't understand it. And the thing has been a complete waste of an opportunity. But when the next People's National Party government is formed, it will be a new day for ganja farmers in Jamaica, because we intend to complete our mission of liberation and upliftment and using ganja for the benefit of the whole world. Comrades, our platform is built on addressing the real issues affecting the Jamaican people. We realize that our educational advancement is being undermined because so many of our children are not attending school 5 days a week. They're not attending school because their parents struggle with the lunch money or their parents struggle with the cost of transportation. And that is why we have the ease and we have the rise. The ease is to say every needy child in school in Jamaica will get the benefit of a hot, nutritious meal every day under the People's National Party government. We're going to spend $9 billion a year more to make that happen. And most of that money will be spent with our farmers, because it's our farmers who are going to produce the food to feed our children in this country, and they can learn. And we have the RIDE program because we recognize that the cost and availability of transportation is a real hindrance to many, many parents. And for those, we have 20,000 families that are going to benefit from our RIDE program when we roll it out. $500 per day, $2,500 per week, $10,000 per month for that family to help cover the cost of transportation. So yes, we want a bus system. We want safe buses. We want reliable buses. But buses alone can't do it, because we know the terrain of Jamaica, where it's up and down, enough bad road. So we have to have a proper plan that can reach each and every one. And that is what the PNP plan will do, because we want to make Jamaica move forward, and all our children must have the opportunity. That's why we come with the First in Family program. We realize that education is the best antidote to poverty. And we don't want to see a situation where a family hands down poverty from one generation to the next. It's been going on for too long in this country. So we have the First in Family program. We're under the next PNP government. If you are the first person in your family ever to be attending university or college, the PNP government will give you a full scholarship to uplift you, so you can pay it forward and uplift your brothers and sisters and your family members and take them out of poverty too. And then when it comes to the Student Loan Bureau, we're going to cap your monthly payment at an affordable percentage of what you actually earn. And if you're not, it's at a time when you're not working, we're going to suspend the obligation to pay so your credit record don't get spoiled up. We are thinking about the students of this country and young people, and we want to make it safe and attractive for them to invest in their own education. And the Student Loan Bureau will be reformed to achieve that. When it comes to housing, Floyd Morris tell you about our plans. We intend to build 50,000 houses in 5 years, affordable houses, using public lands that are not suitable for agriculture. At least 500 houses in every constituency. And when we build those houses, we're going to make sure they come to you at an affordable price, because we're not going to charge you no money for the land value at all. So when you buy the house, you're getting a value in above what you're paying of $2 to $3 or even $4 million. That is what the PNP government will do to uplift the people of this country in housing. And we have the rent-to-own scheme. We have the rent-to-own plan, because we recognize that in buy the house, move from being a tenant to an owner, and own your piece of the rock. We recognize that the youths of this country are very, very talented in creative industries and cultural industries, whether it be musicians and players of instruments, singers and songwriters, sound engineers, artists who paint, people who make craft out of clay, craft out of wood, craft out of straw, people who produce graphics in the world of the internet and are influencers and so on. We are establishing a fund for them, $1 billion, and we're going to top it up every year so that we can push the creative industries and push the cultural economy and transition Jamaica from being dependent on where we are now to a better life where our people can flourish in so many areas of economic activity. We need to create a strong economy in this country so that value can be created right here and wealth can be distributed fairly and equitably across the whole nation. That is what the People's National Party's economic policy is about. Right now, we have a Prime Minister who is Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. But what we are seeing is economic stagnation. And the youth's them future is in jeopardy. And we have to do something about it. That's why the PNP must come forth with our training programs, our education programs, our housing programs, our agricultural programs, to make sure the economy is strong, fully integrated. We have the Agricultural Development Fund. We want to take a portion of the tax that is earned now from imported food, put that into a fund for the farmers and the fishermen, so that they can get the benefit of those resources, whether it be through the PC banks, whether it be farm roads, storage facilities, whether it be irrigation systems for water harvesting, whether it be proper netting for the fishermen and their boat engines, all of these things, this is what that fund will be for. We want to liberate our farmers so they can produce. We're in the era of climate crisis. We're in the era of food insecurity. 55% of Jamaican people, that is 55 out of 100, are suffering from moderate to severe food insecurity. What that mean? They're not getting the right food. They're not getting enough food. That's why we have so much diabetes, which is sugar, so much hypertension, which is pressure, so much stroke and those things. We must feed our people nutritious food. We must empower our farmers to produce, and we can produce for our people here and many other countries around the world, because our food is the best food. We have the best yam, the best scallion, the best thyme, the best ginger, the best coffee, and of course so many other things, including the best ganja. Jamaica is known for that, and we must set our farmers free and liberate agriculture to be a mainstay of the economy. And you know, I am aware that there are some Jamaicans who are not interested in the politics, and they don't trust politicians. And they would like to see constitutional reform to make the system better. And I say to them, the next PNP government is going to take the issue of constitutional reform seriously. We're going to establish a process which involves civil society in all its forms in the center of the process. And we will not just confine ourselves to the things that were agreed between the parties 30 years ago. We will look at things like fixed election dates. Because what is going on now with the uncertainty and how destabilizing it has been for business people, not to mention ordinary Jamaicans, we can see the merit in fixed election dates. Whether it be impeachment, to hold our public officials accountable, so that if them go on with hanky-panky or them beat a lady in a car park with a stool, them not supposed to be able to come and run for no election. That is a disgrace on the Jamaica Labour Party and an offense to the women of this country. We will look at a myriad of things when it comes to reform. Even the gag clause in the Integrity Commission Act, we are prepared to look at modifying that so it's a better balance between protecting reputations and ensuring transparency in public life. We are open to dialogue. We would like to see a better politics, a better system of governance, a more modern, uplifting form of running the country where everybody feels they can be part of it, because participatory democracy is a hallmark of the approach of the People's National Party. It has been that way from we were formed in 1938 by O.T. Fairclough and Norman Washington Manley and the other founders of the party, right through Michael Norman Manley, to P.J. Patterson, to Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller, to Peter David Phillips, right through. We have believed in those principles, and I am and Marky G intend to be a practitioner, not just preaching, but practicing the word and the gospel of modern progressive politics to uplift Jamaica and set Jamaica free. Black River, you're running like an orange river tonight. Are you ready for the People's National Party? Are you ready for your four lovely candidates in St. Elizabeth? Are you ready for Marky G to be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica? You sound like you're ready. You look like you're ready. The vibe feels like you're ready. Power to the people. Power to the people.